To begin, you'll need to remove the 2 screws hidden under the plastic covers, one in each lower corner. Once you've removed the screws, you'll have to separate the front of the panel. And this bezel is relatively forgiving, so you can be a little rougher on it than you might suspect. Bear in mind the magnet here, which may come untaped. If it is, just tape it back down. That's what the laptop will use to detect when the screen is down. So if that comes out when you take the bezel off, you'll need to make sure it gets replaced. Now that we've got that open, we've got 4 screws that we'll need to remove. Let me just pull the screen off. Now, it will, if we look in here, the webcam has got a separate piece that's attached. If you press and hold, that should just come untaped. So what we're left with is the cable for the webcam. Then we have a connection down here. Now the connection is taped. Some will suggest that you remove the tape and the whole connector. I say don't worry about it. Once it's in, you can remove that. Just make sure you don't damage the connector. And then remove the actual connection. There we go. Piece of stabilizing tape. Okay, that's the old screen. And now I've got the new screen. I've left the protective cover on just to kind of keep it looking nice. We'll remove it once we're all said and done. Take our connector, put it back in. Take the whole panel, set it back in place. Should go just along with the screws. Now we don't have to reattach that cord because it's really only attached there during the manufacturing process, and it sets just fine if it's left loose. Now we check, make sure our 4 screw holes are aligned. Get the glare off the screen. There we go. So we've got 4 screw holes that we'll need to make sure are aligned. Now remove the plastic and the tape that held it on. Open the screen all the way. When putting the bezel back, start with the hinged clips. Get them in place. Stabilize your tape back. Press only on the outer edge, and when connecting the lower screen, make sure that you've got one hand behind when you press. Otherwise you'll break your new screen. You can see that it's connected. If you look down here, you shouldn't see any major gaps or holes, and when you close the lid, you shouldn't see any visible separation here. Turn the screen back on, make sure everything is good. As you can see, we've got a nice screen that comes up just fine. Let's start into Windows here. Replace our bezel screws. Those don't need to be terribly tight, but you do want them snug. They tend to feel like it's just latched onto the plastic, so over-tightening them will strip out the channel. Grab our screw covers. Put those, come on, let go of my finger. There we go. Put those back. And there we go. And we can see that we've got a nice clean screen. There's no visible tape remnants. Everything is snug. And the screen's replaced.